All right, in this video, I wanted to kind of go over a combination that, a couple different combinations, but I'll talk about one specifically because it's a little stronger than the other one. But um, the stat revamp is going to be happening probably in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Um, Staff is in the final phases of gathering player feedback on some of the things they proposed. Um, Once everything goes live, I'll do a video and see what new ideas and other kinds of shenanigans can be garnered from it. But one of the things that is going to be happening is pet and guest BTH will be um, increased for Lucky Beast Mage, which is primarily what I run. And so um, I've showcased elevuln shenanigans where you're stacking turns of elevuln. And uh, if you remember that when an elevuln is listed, when it says 0 turns, it's going to be active. And once it's at 0 turns, you can't alter it. You can't stack on top of it in terms of the line item that's listed, but it stacks with new elevulns that's there, which is actually more powerful. So one of the things that staff's done fairly recently is some of the newer pets have had, instead of 1 turn elevulns, they've had 2 turn elevulns. And so, by extension, as a result, there are those, when it comes to the Winter Warden shield, um, that claim that it should fire at 0 turns, similar to Tropo Shield. Tropo Shield, I believe, is the only shield, and then also Wishweaver Misk is the only Misk. It's the only two elevuln items that I think has been properly mathematically calculated. So, Winter Warden Shield may get nerfed. Um, and so I'm going to do a series of videos on, I think it may be 4 or 5 different uses that I personally use with it. But that's not what this video is going to be about. I want to talk about a pet that on the surface gets overlooked, it gets slept on, but under some certain circumstances, actually is quite good. And so, before I begin, I'm going to actually, because I think I may have forgot to, I'm going to go ahead and swap my subrace back to Solneko just to, because let's see, yeah, more Empire. So let me do that real quick. But the pet I'm talking about is Vampoglin. I believe it's found in one of the Frostville quests. Um, and basically, it has a mode that heals SP. Um, it's under leveled. I think it's level 146 or 147. And Lucky Beast Mages already suffer from pet and guest BTH, and the stat revamp is going to fix that for all the builds. BTH will become highest of main stat and charisma, and so the result will be an average of 85% accuracy. Right now, without any other kinds of boosts, I think it's either in the upper 50s or lower 60s in accuracy for a Lucky Beast Mage, which is why I like to run like Shield Cake, Unapoka. Solneko has some BTH enhancers. Um, Mindbreaker Shield has Omni Death Loss, stuff like that to assist. Once this change happens, then this elevuln stack idea will be extremely powerful. But when you use an elevuln guest and an elevuln pet for damage. However, in terms of, actually this monster has backlash, so I gotta be a little careful here. In terms of utilizing Vampoglin, just to kind of showcase, let's see here. Let's back out and let's go ahead and just go to the combat practice trainer, just so you can understand some very basic damage that it does without the Beastmaster armor. Let's go ahead. We'll just use this guy here. Nothing special. Let's go ahead and dismiss our guest here, which is the one that's I'm going to actually use with it. All right, so very basic, as you're going to see here, Vampoglin, 65, becoming 73 heal. That's not great. And this is why it gets slept on. Everyone always talks about jelly. You have plush mort, you have void skulls, things like that, right? And so, but there are ways to really increase the damage. So what we're going to do here is I'm actually going to use, let's see, what can I use here? Let's just use Bard of War. That way we can get the celerity going. All right, so this is going to demonstrate some things that can happen when you use some different strategies to boost. All right, so we have the Ninja Lawyer Assassin, which is an SP guest. Unfortunately, there's no MP version, and so for a Lucky Beast Mage, you're going to be relying on your SP instead of your MP for upkeep. And so I think most Lucky Beast Mages prefer the other way around, but in this instance, the guest is going to be enhancing the damage of the pet so much on SP heal mode, such that that's not going to be an issue. Then, as everyone knows, you have Optico, increases pet lucky strikes up to 60%. So just for purposes of demonstration, so I want to go ahead and show this off. So you're going to have your elevuln, we got 226. So now we hit for 290 and then a lucky strike for 609. So we have 609 and 290. And so basically we're pushing almost 900 SP. That should be able to pay for several SP based boosts, right? So what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to do Ukulele Hero here, and then so eat more. I'm gonna eat into my SP more. This 0-turn elevuln will remain, and so the guest will get another 120 or 226. Keep in mind, fighting a regular monster with higher blocking, you're going to run into issues landing hits with their pet to guest without different boosts. So what I'm showcasing right now is optimal, as well as the Ninja Lawyer Assassin guest. Elevuln actually scales on darkness. So if darkness was like 10%, the Elevuln would be a lot weaker. If it's 130% or 150 or higher, it actually goes up. It's actually the only scaling Elevuln that I think in the game. So keep in mind you will need to use Prime Chaos Orb against some monsters just to move your darkness resist to a specific number or a better number. And then so what you're going to see here after I use the skill is the damage from Vampoglin is going to skyrocket even over the 900 heal here. It's actually going to be doing mini nuke damage out of the pet, which is half damage to pay for the effect. So again, so we're down to 483. As you can see, it's 2 lines, so it's going to be in effect 1400 that time, which is a 1500 heal and a 703. So it's full healing my SP every time. If I wanted to, I could maybe use the Darkness Bard and really drive damage up in addition to this. And this is why this pet is slept on, and the reason why I bring it up now is when PET and guest BTH is resolved, then what you're going to end up finding is a situation in which this underleveled PET, instead of having approximately 50 or 60 something BTH, will probably be looking at like in the 80s. And then you can do something as simple as like Unapoco, which will give you some BTH, um, and you're going to be really doing some some damage through accuracy here. Um, Another route for those that have Wishweaver Pet, right? So I'm going to actually have elevuln. So we have Omni elevuln with Darkness elevuln. So as you can see here, so it's going to go 2 times. And then what you have here is you got the 226, but then you have the 1 round of 133, which is one of the new strategies. Well, that's actually not bad because of the bug with Power Gauntlet. If they ever fix the bug with Power Gauntlet, then this 1-turn elevuln from your pets is going to be kind of screwed over. But once you get into Power Gauntlet, when it's at 1 turn, it'll add roughly about 100 if it's successful. So now you have 133 to 233, and it is for 2 turns. So what we're going to end up with now, we're going to swap back out to Vampoglin. We are going to go ahead and use Optico again, and we are going to use Foam Finger for the plus 50%. So this time, we're going to go ahead and observe what kind of damage we're going to do. Okay, I had already done that. Let's see here. Make sure that this guy goes twice. It should be 114 twice, I think, but let's just do this. All right. I'm just going to attack real quick. So now let's see what kind of craziness ensues with Vampoglin. So now we got 4,700, 3,700, and that is just with Darkness being at 100. So not only is this combo a mini nuke like I told you, but it's full healing your SP every single time, and especially with the stat revamp that's coming up, it will start landing hits a lot more regularly. So that's the value of Wishweaver and Power Gauntlet combos when using other elevulns, because it's Omni and it'll be a pure stack on top. And so you can do all kinds of shenanigans with it. Again, the Vampoglin pet is slept on because of the shenanigans that you can come up with. As I showed you, it went from very, very, very pedestrian, if not outright bad numbers, to insane heals and damage.